Today in the battle arena, well, we've got an age-old fight. Batman versus Captain America. Only twist is, this time, they'll be fighting to the death. That's right, Batman will be killing. So who's coming out on top here? Let's find out. Bruce Wayne, who witnessed the murder of his billionaire parents as a child, swore to avenge their deaths. He trained extensively to achieve mental and physical perfection, mastering martial arts, detective skills, and criminal psychology. Costumed as a bat to prey on criminals' fears, utilizing a high-tech arsenal, he became the legendary Batman. Though he doesn't possess any innate superhuman abilities, Batman is considered by many to be one of the most dangerous and powerful men in the world. Due to his intense training and regimen, Bruce has accomplished feats that many people will consider to be superhuman. He can bench press at least 1,000 pounds and can move over 1 ton of his legs. He's an accomplished gymnast and acrobat, actually incredibly fast both on his feet and in combat. He's actually fast enough to dodge point-blank gunfire before, and has caught one of Green Arrow's arrows in mid-air. Batman is said to have been trained in 127 different forms of martial arts, and his primary style of combat is a mixture of judo, ninjutsu, taekwondo, jujitsu, boxing, karate, and dragon-style kung fu. However, he's known to change up his fighting style in order to remain unpredictable. He also knows every pressure point in the human body, which can lead to numbness, dizziness, unconsciousness, and even temporary paralysis. Bruce is a master of stealth, having been able to vanish in plain sight before, and groups of superheroes have even been unable to locate him. His accuracy is said to be on par with Green Arrow, and he's an excellent strategist and always keeps multiple steps ahead of his opponents. The Batsuit is designed to be terror-resistant, bulletproof, and immune to temperature extremes. Batman also has tons of different gadgets, like magnets, sonic weapons, grapple guns, smoke bombs, tranquilizer darts, multiple different batarangs, miniature explosives, and incendiaries. So, that's what we got in one corner. The Dark Knight, the Defender of Gotham, Batman. But entering the ring in the other corner, well, it's the first Avenger, Captain America. During World War II, Steve Rogers volunteered to receive the experimental super soldier serum. Enhanced to the pinnacle of human physical potential, and armed with an unbreakable vibranium shield, he became Captain America. After a failed mission left him encased in ice for decades, he was found and revived by the Avengers, later becoming the team's leader. Steve is as strong, fast, durable, and agile as any human one day could be, and is referred to as the next step in human evolution. Cap is strong enough to bench press half a ton as a warm-up, break steel chains, threw his shield through a tank, and pulled a helicopter out of the air. Steve is incredibly durable, able to take punches from Namor, take a point-blank explosion from Gambit. One time, he even survived a 200-foot fall from an airplane, suffered no discomfort or pain at all. He's fast enough to run 60 miles per hour, and his reflexes are so great that he can easily dodge bullets. But many people can dodge bullets. Batman can dodge bullets. So what makes Steve different? Well, Cap can actually see the bullets coming his way and move in time, while other bullet dodgers do it purely by years of training. Another major enhancement by the serum is that Cap has no fatigue toxin buildup, which means that he effectively never tires, and can perform at this maximum ability for an incredible period of time. Steve is one of the best fighters in the Marvel Universe, and is a master of a large number of different fighting styles. He's even developed his own fighting style, which melds jujitsu, boxing, judo, karate, pressure points, all-terrain acrobatics, and the use of his shield. Speaking of the shield, let's talk about that for a second. Captain America's shield is of a vibranium alloy and is virtually unbreakable. It absorbs the kinetic force of anything that strikes it, which enables Cap to ricochet the shield off of objects and allow it to come back to him. So who wins? Well, let's break it down. Now, Batman vs. Captain America is one of the most iconic fights out there, one that's been debated hotly for years and years. But today we're doing something different. What if Batman and Cap are fighting to the death, both perfectly willing and both actually trying to kill the other? What happens then? Well, today, that's what we're going to find out. And first things first, let's talk about strength and physicality. So first off, while Batman might be just a normal human, he is so far beyond what we consider to be a normal human, and can actually rival Captain America, even though Cap is a super soldier. He's ripped the door of an airplane off of its hinges while the plane was actually in the air. He's momentarily overpowered both Deathstroke and Killer Croc before. He even broke guns in half with his pure grip strength. He's kicked SWAT officers straight through brick walls, kicked Bane straight through a solid steel door, and even punched through missile-proof doors. He's knocked out Deathstroke with one kick. He took out both Grundy and Amygdala at once and easily injured a bulletproof superhuman. He supported the weight of several tons of debris with the help of a metal pipe. Gotta throw that in there. He's dragged an entire World War II fighter plane before. And Bruce is able to kick a motorcycle in half, punch through metal, punch people through concrete walls. Batman has even knocked out Killer Croc and Man-Bat, just one punch each. But, this is Captain America he's going up against here. Cap bench presses 1 ton as just his daily warm-up. He's easily able to lift a car off of himself. He's picked up massive, fully grown trees before. We even held up part of a collapsed building before. That's multiple tons at least. Steve pulled a miniature helicopter out of the air. He's pulled a multi-ton truck through the hot desert sun. He's picked up telephone poles, steel I-beams, and massive pillars of concrete. One time, Cap even picked up a pillar over his head. It had to weigh at least 10 to 12 tons. Steve has got some real striking power too, even without his shield. He's punched a man's head 180 degrees around, and floored a member of the wrecking crew with one punch, even though that wrecking crew member is substantially stronger than him. He's kicked through steel doors, and Cap has injured the likes of Iron Spider, Black Panther, Wolverine, Rhino, and Hulk. Then, with his shield, Captain America's actually thrown it clean through trucks and clean through tanks. After Vision disabled Iron Man's armor, Steve was able to bust through that armor just a few shield bashes. He's one-shot the Ameridroid with one shield strike. He's actually regularly punched or thrown his shield through armor. So then, what about durability? Well, for starters, Batman's been able to take a combined hit from Solomon Grundy and Amygdala. A hit from damage, basically DC's Hulk, only broke 3 of his ribs, and Bruce has taken attacks from Superman and a massive beating from Professor Zoom. Batman's suit also greatly increases his durability, as it's completely bulletproof, even being able to block near point-blank machine gun fire. And it's not just his chest or something like that. His entire suit is bulletproof, even his cowl and his cape. He's also survived massive explosions capable of destroying buildings or massive submarines. But through all of this, even though Batman is remarkably durable, he can still technically be injured. I mean, he is still just a normal human, as hard as that might be to believe. However, Bruce has continued fighting after being shot in the stomach. He took a scythe all the way through his chest. It took 40 years of torture to finally break Bruce, and he was still alive and fighting after being stabbed in the neck, stabbed through both lungs, stabbed in the eye, having his face lit on fire. So he can keep on going through a whole lot of pain and damage. On the other hand, with Captain America, well, he's traded blows with Hydra Cap, an evil version of himself. He's taken a beating from Red Skull, been smashed through several walls, had a building dropped down on top of him. And he's quickly recovered from being tossed and punched around by the Amerijord, a giant robot version of himself. He's taken beatings from Iron Man. Steve's jumped out of airplanes without a parachute. He's taken lethal amounts of electricity. He's been shot before, didn't even notice, and took a point-blank energy blast from Gambit. It was more pissed off than injured. Cap was even okay after being slammed into a wall by a mind-controlled Namor. And then, of course, Captain America has his iconic shield. No matter what Bruce throws his way, if Cap gets his shield up there in time, he can block it. Nothing Batman has is powerful enough to break through Steve's shield. And that's going to be a massive advantage in Cap's corner. But we'll circle back around to that later on. Right now, speed and agility. And with Steve, he's blocked and dodged, frankly, a ridiculous amount of bullets coming his way. He's dodged bullets after they were fired, dodged bullets at point-blank range, literally with the gun pressed up right against his head. And he said in the past, he's able to do all of this because he can actually see faster than a normal person, allowing him to see bullets coming his way and simply move in order to dodge or block them. He's dodged electric attacks, blocked and dodged heat-seeking missiles, thrown his shield faster than missiles, thrown his shield faster than bullets, and dived and dodged around lasers too. He's avoided lightning blast, blocked sonic attacks. He's claimed before he's able to run a mile in a minute. And Captain America is easily one of the most acrobatic characters over in the Marvel Universe. On the other hand, Batman is incredibly fast as well. He'll hit multiple arrows fired from Green Arrow out of the air, deflect and block bullets, even at point-blank range, and dodge bullets at point-blank range. Dodge bullets coming at him from multiple different angles, and dodge bullets is actually running and moving towards the shooter. Batman has even dodged multiple shots from Deadshot. He's even fought against speedsters before too. Managed to grab impulse while he was in motion. All in all, I think Captain America is physically more impressive though. I mean, Steve is a super soldier. He's essentially a superhuman. While impressive as Batman is, he still technically is just peak human. But if Steve is more physically impressive, well, Batman is the better fighter. He's mastered 127 different forms of martial arts. He's able to seamlessly and instantly switch between these styles, combine them to the point where 5 different styles are incorporated into one lunge. He's able to identify an opponent's fighting style and use the perfect counter for that particular fighting style. and has even invented a completely new martial art style in only a few months. He's taken down 40, 50 men just a few minutes. He's fought his way through around 100 armed soldiers, fought against the entire Suicide Squad, quickly took down Deathstroke and Deadshot at the same time. And Batman has even beaten Bane, Joker, Riddler, Poison Ivy, Penguin, Killer Croc, and Two-Face all at the same time. So also fought against super skilled fighters and meta-humans before as well, actually doing this on pretty much a nightly basis. He's matched up against Lady Shiva, Bronze Tiger, Cassandra Cain, David Cain, and even Karate Kid, who are all some of the absolute best fighters on Earth, with Karate Kid having mastered every fighting style in the galaxy. And one thing that is firmly in Batman's corner is the fact that he can use nerve strikes and pressure points more effectively than Captain America. Bruce knows every pressure point in the human body, every single pressure point, every nerve cluster, and is able to paralyze people, shut down arms and legs, or just simply knock someone unconscious, just a touch. But on the other hand, Steve's fought through an entire gauntlet of his villains before too. Managed to stay in the fight and fight his way out. He's mastered a form of combat better than those who spent decades practicing it within just his first time using the combat style, and is able to know an enemy's weakness after only fighting against them just once. He's fought against Shang-Chi, Wolverine, Daredevil, Gambit, US Agent, and so many more. Without a doubt, he is one of the best fighters in the Marvel Universe. And then, of course, he's just got the perfect offensive and defensive weapon in his virtually unbreakable shield. And Cap and the shield are insane together. He said it's as much a part of him as his right arm. He even understands the most microscopic imperfections in the shield, how to compensate for them, and says that absolute connection between them is what makes him so formidable. And Steve isn't just dangerous with the shield in a close combat situation, but he can also throw it with absolutely unparalleled accuracy. He's able to flick a lighter on and off with the shield, and he just has an amazing technical mind to perform ricochet shots all over the place. But if we're talking gear and weapons, well, Batman is a whole other thing altogether. And Batman is a whole lot more dangerous in that regard. And I'm not talking simple batarangs or grappling hooks or things like that. Now, this is a Batman who isn't afraid to cut loose. And he's got flashbangs that have blinded both Superman and the Spectre. The Spectre! He's got explosives that destroyed Doomsday clones, sent damage flying backwards, and even injured both Captain Nazi and Superman. And I know I mentioned I wasn't talking about batarangs, but they have been able to cut Lobo and Gotham, so there is that worth mentioning. Also worth mentioning, he'll be using them in a lethal way, while he's always gone non-lethal in the past. Bruce has got knockout gas capable of instantly taking down both Killer Croc and Clayface, and tasers powerful enough to injure Superman. On top of that, his sonic weapons could really wreak some havoc. So, all that to say, it's a simple question really. Which one do I think is more dangerous with morals off? Captain America or Batman? Well, obviously both are insanely dangerous. Both could kill the other in an instant. Captain America could possibly punch Batman's head off. Batman, I'm sure, knows a nerve strike that could instantly kill Steve. But I think what's different between the two of them is just Batman's much, much more versatile arsenal. If neither of them are holding back, well, Batman's seen what Captain America is bringing to the table. I mean, yes, the gear is different. That shield is impressive. That shield is important. But Steve is almost directly comparable to Deathstroke in almost every other area. And Deathstroke is someone that Batman has been able to fight evenly against in the past, even when Bruce himself is holding back. Heck, Captain America himself is someone that Bruce has fought evenly against, even while holding back. And I just believe that if you remove the morals for both these heroes, Batman's ceiling is a whole lot higher. I much prefer Batman's skill, just his massive arsenal, as opposed to Captain America not holding back with his greater physicality. So yeah, this is a really close one. I think both could win, but take morals off, I gotta give this one to Batman more often than not. Batman wins. But what do y'all think? I would love to hear your thoughts. Sound off in the comments down below. Also, be sure that like button, subscribe button, and turn on notifications from the DanCo army. And I will see y'all next time.